Welcome to our third video in the 2020 Leadership Initiative. And in this video, we're going to talk about the critical alignment model. It's really the first model I'm going to teach you. And this is the foundation. That's the main reference that we're going to do for developing your leadership skills. Let's rock and roll. I'll share my screen. We'll go ahead. Critical alignment model, also known as CAM. And I want to welcome you. I want to show my gratitude for you spending the time watching this video. And I would like you to comment in the comments below why you're actually here on a leadership initiative webinar series. I really would like to get to know your motivation a bit more so I can adjust the webinars to your needs. I trust that makes sense. And I would like to know what's your expectations also. Again, so I know where you are, where you want to be, and how I can support you. The frame for this series is, I have to say, that business leadership, it's huge. It's a journey to be had. It's not silver bullet, or it's not, take a pill and it's done, or it's not a weekend retreat, or it's not a webinar. It is a journey. It's a lifelong journey to be had. So please bear with me if it goes over time. So that's why I have the asterisks there. First thing, for the 12 videos, I'm probably going to have more than 12. I'm going to have some bonus ones, if it's okay with you. And they're going to be 10 minutes long. Terms and conditions apply. And I'm not TV, so please engage. Ask questions. If you're not going to interact and you're not going to ask questions, your learning will be limited. Okay, so my style is direct. My clients love it. I am not going to sugarcoat, and I trust that's kind of a coach or mentor you want me to be for you. If you want me to be softy and sugarcoat stuff, I'm not your mentor, not your coach. The purpose of this series is really to give the participants the understanding what it takes to be an effective leader and how to measure it. Leadership is a skill, and we can develop it when we know the benchmarks and the criteria. Critical alignment model. It's all about the thinking. A problem cannot be solved by the thinking that created it. Can you guess who said that? Smart dude, Albert Einstein. Yeah. We reference our thinking against the model to determine if our thinking will lead us towards or away from our outcomes. But we need to define the categories of thinking. We need to define the model, which is what we're going to do today. I didn't come up with this content, I must say. The credit goes to Sharon Pearson. She's the founder of the Coaching Institute in Melbourne, and she developed the metadynamics methodology. And metadynamics is really study of benchmarks. Overview. So critical alignment model has 4 dimensions. And in each dimension, we can identify our strengths and our stretches. And the 4 dimensions are environment, structure, implementation, and people. What's the power of working with a model? It is actually objective. If we all agree to use the model, then we're all using the model. It's objective. Our identity, our ego is not connected to it. And that goes back to the last video, which was to be effective leaders, we cannot have ego attached to what we do. And this is the critical alignment model. It's a gap analysis. It's telling us what's our strengths and what's our stretches. What do we do with our strengths? We make money. And with the stretches, we really have to close them. We have to close those gaps, rather by development of our own internal like us, or our team develop those skills, or hire someone with those skills. And where can you apply it? I wonder what you think, where it can be applied. It can be applied anywhere. From the biggest corporations to how we brush our teeth. One of my clients is a driving instructor, and he applied that. He's breaking down the categories of driving into environment, structure, implementation, people to his students, and it works beautifully. Let's dive deep. Ready? Ready or not, we're doing it. So the environment, E. This is the why. This is about the thinking, about the being, who we are being, how we actually thinking. The environment is physical and non-physical. So the chair you're sitting on is physical. The non-physical environment is my attitude toward this webinar. Why am I doing this webinar? My environment around it is caring. So I care about my clients. I care about the success. That's my non-physical environment. What kind of business documents we write around the environment? Vision, mission, values, standards, attitudes, those kind of things. Culture, there you go. Structure. So this is the how. It starts as a hierarchy. So we got the environment, and now we go into structure. The how. So we go from the why we're doing what we're doing, to how we're going to do it. Structures are the backbone of the business. It can be everything that we do more than once should go into a structure. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Every time we start a document, there's a template. We don't start with a fresh piece of paper, with a blank piece of paper. We start with a template. This is the structure. When you write an email, there is a signature that is automatically inserted to the bottom, right? With your logo, with your phone number, whatever. You don't have to put that signature every time you write an email. This is a structure. And structures are really the foundation of all planning and actions. The reason for that is, if we don't know how we're going to achieve what we want to achieve, we can't plan for it. And if you can't plan, we don't know what action to take, and we're just going from whatever we feel like doing, or whatever is in front of us. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. If there's no structure, there's no strategic planning, and there's no strategic action taking, which it is implementation, taking action. It's the what. So remember, we have the why we do stuff, why we do what we do, how we're going to do it, and then it's the details of what we're going to do. Okay. It's about taking action. When we're taking action, we make cash. When we don't, we don't. And in the context of implementation, the things that the business leader does, what do you think they need to do? They need to make decisions, and they need to master communication. They need to be the beacon, the lighthouse of how to communicate. The reason the role is to make decisions is some decisions need to be made by the leader. We can empower our team to make decisions, and we need to empower them to come to us when they struggle. And then we support them. We make decisions. We teach them the thinking around making decisions. And when this is really cool. When we know our why, and we know how we want to do it, when we actually execute those procedures, those standards, we promote best practice. Because if we're following, let's think about a recipe for a cake. If we're following the recipe for a cake over and over again, we can go, hold on, instead of 1.5 cups of sugar, I can do 3/4 cups of spoons of sugar, whatever I just said. So we can tweak and finely tune the recipe, because we're using a structure to keep doing the same thing. You get that? Promote best practice. Love it. People, this is the who. Who implement, look at that, who implement the structures within the environment. feel like that. When we tell a person, just do blah, without giving them the environment, the mindset, the empowerment, we need to give them a structure so they can implement and refine over time. But if we don't give them the environment and the structures and allow them to implement it to the best of their ability so they can get better, we're setting them up to fail. That's why people are lost. We want them to be the best they can be. Yeah, we cover that. And to help them to be the best they can be, we have to coach, we have to mentor, and how we retain people. Only this question is an hour conversation. I can tell you that. I'm going to give you a soundbite, but this is big. The way we retain people is first, we hire the right people that wants to do the following. They actually want to take responsibility. Remember, we have environment, structures, implementation, and people. We want to turn this linear model into a circle. So we want to give people the power to look after the environment, to refine the structures, empower them to implement to the best of their ability, and then maybe hire people to support that cycle again. Or I'm doing this in justice. This is really a big conversation. This is just a soundbite. Please take it with the respect that this question deserves, how to retain people. I want to thank you for watching my webinar, and I'd like you to comment. Tell me what you think. The more you communicate with me, master communication, yeah? The more you communicate with me, the better I can serve you. And join our groups. We have a group on LinkedIn and Facebook, same name, and it's called Business Leadership Roundtable by Experience Work. And if you want to take it to the next level, join us at our next workshop and go deep on this content of leadership. Thank you very much.